stream. How's everybody doing today? So, did quite a few jumps last night, but I'll be honest with you, not as many as I would have liked. Always forget something in the stream, just forgot something to drink. 1 second. I don't know how somebody manages it every single time to forget something. Right, okay. So, it's time to get on the proverbial boat and ship out of here. Oh yeah, pulling up the sleeves. Time to get real. Okay, so this is day 2 of my trip out to Colonia. Taking some mats. I haven't taken a boatload because honestly couldn't really afford it. Couldn't afford the time, I mean. So it's a bit of a now I'm going to try and get a move on a bit more tonight, so it is going to be very, very important that I keep pushing, but not slowing down too much, and not scanning anything that's kind of unscannable. Sixteen's actually alright. Pull in there. Open that. Fuel scooping's done. So while we pull away, we'll have a quick look at the planets. See if we've got anything tasty, which we haven't. Which is a shame. Give me one moment, people. One of the reasons I think I don't get as many views on Twitch sometimes as I could is because I don't label it properly. It's really bad. It's alright, it's partly labelled correctly at the moment, but not perfectly. I'm just going to go in and quickly change that. I'm going to try and keep up to date on those things in the future so that my Twitch viewers are viewing a better option. Right, I'm going to take that down so I can just save a little bit of upload. And off we go. Hey Jess, welcome in. I was just watching a documentary a half hour ago. Aerial Cities. It's by Smithsonian, and it was all about LA. And I was looking down onto the 405, see if I could see a bike weaving in and out. Oh, hang on a sec. Somebody else said that the other day. This is a bit worrying. Hang on. I have lowered my mic levels. Let's try it back up there then. Is that better? That better? Somebody said that yesterday, and everybody else was saying they could hear it. Fine. I don't understand what it was. That's that an F? It's not going to cut it. I'm actually getting dicey upload speed here as well from my provider. I was watching a documentary called Aerial America, and it was Los Angeles by the Smithsonian, and there was a big shot of the 405, I think. I was just looking down to see if I could see a bike weaving in and out of traffic whilst watching elite live streams on a mobile phone on the handlebars. Okay, let's have a look there. Another sun system. Cool. So, the one good thing about all these sun systems is I am going to get there a bit faster. It should be good. I can actually turn my microphone around and I get a completely different sound, but I hate that. Doesn't sound quite correct to me. And I'm not a sound specialist, so 22. Oh no, this could be interesting. 300. If it's a G. Yes. Ah, shut up, Victor. What would you know? Is it a G? Carmageddon. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much doesn't stop. From what I could see, it's like that all day and night. Oh, it's an F. I don't think any of these are going to be good. Carmageddon. I love the name Carmageddon though. Hey Kathina, welcome in. Did you see the trailer for Detroit Almost Human? Thing looks amazing. Really does. Both of my nipples are tingling at the thought of this game. Can't wait for it. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check this. I don't expect it to be terraformable. It's not. So we'll move on to the next system. Nil problema. And we only had to move up a little bit. Yeah, it looks amazing. Seriously. I mean, I was hyped for Red Dead Redemption, but it blew me away today. I mean, I've been pretty much blown away by everything I've seen, but when I saw the trailer, I think it might be one of those games we're talking about in 20, 30 years' time. Okay. This might be a half decent one. Yep, that's definitely within our range. It's high metal content, but it's in our range. As I said before, I'd like to make a couple of quid on this trip. Doesn't have to be gold rush money or anything, but it would be nice to have some cartography data to turn in. So I'm very hopeful that this is terraformable. It is. His mate, his friend might be. These two are going to be right on the borderline, but his friend should be terraformable too. Famous last words. Oh, Commander Bob's come online. I wonder if my... Oops, wrong button. I wonder if Kitch is still going for it. Oh, not online at the moment. We shall see. My Grand Theft Auto video got 3 thumbs down last night, Athena. I think that's the end of my Grand Theft Auto career. Streaming career, anyway. I have to give up and do Fortnite or something. And did you see the money-making video there is now by healing people? You need to do it with your friends, but... And they have to be killing people. It's not a money-making video. Well, technically it is, I suppose. Okay, so this one should be terraformable. It is. So because this is a double trouble, I am going to take a risk on it. Normally I wouldn't. Normally I'd fly away, but oh yeah, you can make a lot of money doing that. 90 million an hour or something. Just firing your healing beams at other people. Constantly. I think he's probably perplexed because you drop into the stream but you've never subscribed before. Well, that means he has to do his combat video. He's just been doing combat though, hasn't he? I feel a bit bad for him. He was doing that Triple Elite one, wasn't he? Technically, I'm Triple Elite in Discovery. I'm sure of it. Right, now while that's scanning, I'll check the system map. That should be terraformable. It's not, you bastard. It's right on the edge, to be fair. It's yeah, it's literally on the edge. It'll probably prove me wrong and that one will be terraformable, but yeah, well, still get a couple of grand for it. Yeah, well, neither of them are terraformable, but never mind. Still yet to find an Earth-like world on this one, I'm afraid. Which which is a bit of a shame. Forgot if I'm in dark space now. No. Still, yeah, I think Yamix was recommending putting an elastic band around your trigger. Actually, I think that's how I found him, Jess, I think. New objects. It's not as high as I'd like it to be, but if they're in a straight line like that, you never know. This is an F star. 600. Okay, so we're gonna try this one. Now there is one planet which is one of these landable planets which has a ring around it, and normally they're not. Somebody said they are, but I've never found one that's terraformable. Or not. It ends Thursday afternoon though, Kathina. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish this tonight. This leg, and then the other leg's actually shorter. So, stop scanning. And technically, I could actually do it Thursday afternoon if I wanted to get there, so I don't start work until later on Thursday. So I'll do it. Either that, or I'll have to redirect to Sagittarius A for the third time. I kind of have a point. You have a point, Jess. If time gets short, I'll just hammer it, seriously. Right, so this one should be terraformable. If it's not, I can jump on. Okay, I'll jump on. Thanks for proving me wrong. The funny thing is, Colonia really isn't that far. You can do the wonky triangle in 1 week. Oh, we got double trouble. 17. Damn it. Interesting, just because they, I was saying to people that they have a similar thing going on in another game I play called The Division, and every now and again they have like a specialist week, and you can really concentrate on doing certain things in those weeks, and you have to put the, you have to really put the effort in, and unfortunately some people get really burnt out by it. So it depends how it works for Elite, but I suppose as we're grinding all the time anyway, I think it's going to seem like it'll probably feel like it pays off more. I think they're testing the waters for actual implementation myself. They're going to kind of use it as an unwritten beta, if you will. Oh, look what's on the end of there. It's only 1,400 light seconds out, so we'll go do these three. We'll see what we get. It's not a surefire thing, but If they're terraformable, it'll pay. I'm interested in the trade buff, and this is why I think it's a test, because if I think they're talking trading singular things, not the trade missions, and that's why I think it's a proving ground, because that part of the game is completely obsolete. Well, apart from really hardcore players who love doing it. It's a pity you can't sell some of them, actually, like to other players. It'd be cool if you could just sit there engineering all my stuff while I'm out in Colonia. Never mind. Okay, I didn't expect that one to be terraformable, but this one I am. It's not very far away, actually, which is good. Hopefully the next one's on the same. Well, not to join them, but they do have a point. If people have absolutely ground out materials and have engineered up the ships, and then I can come along and pop it in a week, it's slightly unfortunate. Yeah, I've heard people in the forums complain when they change the toilet paper at FDev Towers. They even make complaints about the people who complain. It's that bad. Okay, so that one's definitely terraformable, so this one should be a terraformable water world. Should be. Cha-cha-ching. The question is, I think it's already discovered. Oh no, this is... Oh no, it is. Cool Fu, you asshole. Don't like Cool Fu. Not welcome in my stream. Safety, more like, it's more like panning for gold, Jess. I think Reddit's probably a bit better for juicy info. So yeah, I'm hoping this one's terraformable. It'd be nice. So as everybody saw yesterday, I'm more than capable now of going out into the black myself without running out of petrol. Touch wood. As much as I know a few people would really enjoy it if I did. Selfish sod. Yeah, you might be right. I guess it's just the time they've put in before. It's the only reason why I can see them doing it. Right, on we go. That's what, a £1 million system? £1 million? £1 million credit system? I always say that. Look at that bank balance, it's shocking. You'll generally find that most forums for almost all the games are incredibly salty. It's just the way they are, I'm afraid. What's that one? No, it's ice. Okay, I thought it was just. Oops. Doesn't help when I'm start charging. Temperature critical. Okay, I'll just boost out with the FSD. So if you're just dropping by the stream, come say hello in the chat, especially if it's your first time. And if you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. Stop hitting the dislike button, whoever that is. Not for Grand Theft Auto, you can dislike my videos on that all you like. The stream numbers look bad actually, Jess. There was a lot of, when I first started streaming Elite, there were a lot of people who were playing it quite hardcore around me, and since about 3 months ago, completely disappeared. Completely disappeared. Just not interested in it anymore, unfortunately. Either that or they don't like me. Could be that, I don't know. Wouldn't be the first time they've left me. Oof. I'm hitting some weird systems here. And yeah, I mean, they say they've got a roadmap for X amount of years. You've got to get people back into it. I don't think, I've said this before because I believe there's quite a few incompetent people over there at FDev. I don't think they realise how much the grind puts some people off. I mean, the kind of ridiculous grind. Oh, Scott Templar, he was on when I first came about. Is he in game? Oh, Commander Bob's 4,000 light years away. I've also had quite a few unsubscribes, and I hope that's not because my content's too boring. I think it's because people are leaving the game and not really wanting to be notified of all the videos, because I tend to do that. And that's been really strange recently, because I might lose like 5 in a day, and then I make them back in the stream at night, but it's kind of really up and down. I think I'm back to 252 now, but it's been hanging over that for quite some time. Oh, that should be a water world. Using the word should. Right, let's see what we've got here. We're at, so we can go 800, no? Yeah, so it's only that one. That one water world on his Billy Bob. Yeah, but those games were in a time where there wasn't too much competition when you really think about it. Competition now with all the games is rife. You really have to keep people interested. There was one thing I was reading yesterday, was it? Which really scared me, and it's the scariest thing I've read about gaming, because it could be the death of gaming as we know it. And I don't mean to sound too scaremongering, but if what this person's saying is true, I'm just trying to find it now, I'll link it. This is somebody high up in the gaming world said that storyline games are not being played at all. So games with the storyline are not actually being played. I can't find it now. Yes, there it is. Hang on a second. I'm gonna fly past this system. I'll scan it and then... Yeah, no, I don't think he's unsubbed. He hasn't uploaded anything to his page. I hope he's okay, because he drives a lot, doesn't he? I really hope he's okay, because he hasn't uploaded anything to his page. He hasn't been in Discord at all. So... where is it? Here. So it was all about Call of Duty Black Ops 4 being totally online. And then somebody's come out and basically said the stats say that only a quarter of the people finished the campaign of Call of Duty 3, and even less on some of the others. So I'll put that in there if anybody wants to read it. But that's really scary, because that's a wet dream for some executive somewhere, that type of information. Not having to produce any story mode of any games anymore. Oh, it wasn't terraformable. Damn lang it. Kind of get where you come from, Kathina, but I'm going to be honest. If this game is a simulation, if it truly is a simulation, they really need to work on how the cockpits work, make the cockpits much more interactive, make the flight mechanics much more difficult, or at least not difficult, but kind of have a bit more to them. It could be that, yes. No, but the thing is that Grand Theft Auto executives were saying it as well. They were saying in a few years' time they might not even charge for the game, because it's one of the reasons. I was watching a video earlier talking about Grand Theft Auto 5, and it was a really interesting video, because it was saying The map is huge but empty. And whereas I don't feel it's as empty as some people think it is, there's certain parts of it that are absolutely completely unused. And I went to visit them. There's like a casino, there's a horse racing track, there's a university campus, there's a Playboy mansion. And someone somewhere a while ago in the information inside the game found a list of casino noises. But the casino's never actually been used. Now, what I'm thinking is that originally there was a ton of side stuff planned for it. So kind of like DLC. But once GTA Online took off and they were making so much money out of that, they just scrapped it. I think they just completely scrapped the idea of doing it. So I do play a couple of other simulator games, if you want to put it in with them. Like I play Microsoft Flight Simulator, Train Simulator, not as much these days, but I used to play Flight Simulator a lot. Train Simulator, American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, and they've all kind of got, as a simulation, there is a little bit more to them than there is to this game. If I was to play this game purely as a simulator. And that's not knocking the game, I'm just saying there's something more to those games that make them feel more like a simulation. Right, we have an A star, so we're going right, we're going to go from here and build outwards. Whew, we can go a long way on this one actually. I prefer a story game as well. I think a lot of, pardon the phrase, but I think a lot of older people do because it's what we are used to. But the younger generation are used to jumping into online games like that and just getting it going. I think a lot of the traditional story-driven games are not necessarily understanding that. I think that's why people really complain about instancing in this game, which is pretty crap. But they really do because they expect much better. Welcome in, by the way. Let's go. Did I say Detroit Almost Human again earlier? It's Become Human. Look out for that one this week, Aletsgar. Detroit Almost Become Human. Detroit Become Human. Don't know where I got Almost Human from. That's gonna, if you like story driven stuff and interesting playing that's gonna be good. Very thrilling. Right, now fingers crossed we've got a terraformable here. If it is, damn it. I was going to say, if it is, it looks like they push out. Now I'm going to scan his mate here because I'm going to get free money anyway. Yeah, it can be actually, Ellidscar. I did. Oh no, Kathina, I'm not a very good advertiser for it. I'm not going to get my free copy now. I've actually seen one Ellidscar. That's strange. That's terraformable and that one's not. And there's only like 2,000 light seconds in it. And that's the lower end. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I have actually seen somebody taking on Thargoids in a really good way. They were kind of, as a team, they were kind of rotating in and out of the battle to get fixed at the local station. It is, Jess, yeah. But you're not just a droid detective. That was just the demo that I played. It was one tiny part of the story. And I sincerely mean tiny. I just saw the release trailer because it comes out in a couple of days, and it just looks outstanding, especially if you like all that cyber kind of cyber android stuff. Right. Please, please, no. Okay. Let's jump on. See, even the science doesn't bloody work in this game anymore. It's been nerfed. Oh, you played it as well, Jess? It was great, wasn't it? Did you do all the different endings? I mean, it will be a hit. One of the other Quantic Dreams games that was made was Heavy Rain, which is one of those games that kind of got a lot of press after, long after its release. Oh, you implying tonks! I hate you. Right. I thought I'd found my own system there. I'm far enough out of the bubble. I'm gonna have to start here and work our way out. But, in your version she died? Jeez Louise, you must have messed that up. I tried to kill her, it didn't work. Yeah, you might be right, Kathina. I think they tried it. I mean, I suppose if you've got two really good player groups to fight each other, they probably would be much more organised. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the Grand Theft Auto side mission last night. Yeah, I'd probably like to see some more Strikecraft actually. Well, the good thing is I can just follow what he's tagged. I think get my money from that. Hey Zoomski, how's it going? This one's gonna take a couple of minutes to get to, I think. That music's too aggressive, isn't it? It is for me. Maybe I can turn it down in my ears, but turn it up in the stream. Okay, so we're off to scan this fart world. Yeah, he was saying. Hadn't subbed to you before. Oh crap. I didn't realise. Nudges. Well, I'm scanning 2 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Dip of shame. Not the loop of shame. We no longer do the loop of shame in this channel. Nor do we get stuck for petrol. Zoomski, I have a question actually. During the whole Salome thing, was the person who was piloting the ship, I think it was Drew Wagner or something, wasn't it? Were they always kind of in hyperjump, apart from obviously when they were scooping or whatever? What I mean is, that did they have to pull them out of hyperjump? I watched the video, but I just can't remember. Bit of flattery with your interviewer as well never goes amiss. A good one I used to actually do, and it does kind of give you a... give you a heads up as to whether you might have got the job, is as you're leaving, just say "see you soon." You plant the seeds in their head, and if they don't want you, they'll go okie dokie do, bye bye, and then you know you haven't got the job and you can move on. Do you have glass eyes, Kathina? I didn't know that. Ooh, nice system. And this is all undiscovered. No, it isn't. Bastard. I hate this community. They've come in and they've missed. They've missed some. I don't understand this. Oh, shut up, Victor. I'm trying to do my job, aren't I? Jeez Louise. Right, it is an F star, I do believe. Yeah, so we've got... we're gonna go grab these. They might both be high metal contents, actually. To be fair. Ah, right, okay. But how did the people... how was he not protected? That's what I can't quite get my head around. There was a whole vast armada of people out to protect him, wasn't there? Right, okay. And it said that Harry Potter was given kind of the contract. Do you honestly think that? So this is why I think maybe somebody somewhere actually did in reality say, we need you to kind of go in there and finish him off. Yeah, I'll just have a quick look. Just... a sec, because I don't know if this is the one I was looking for or not. Okay, yeah, there's one here. It's a copy of a copy, but I think some of the things that... There you go, there's one link. I just remember a really bad line like Salome has left the building or something, which I was like, come on. It's supposed to be going down in infamy, you don't steal somebody's line. Right. We got a water world. Whoever came here didn't scan this water world. Off their rocker, I'm sure. Unless they know something I don't. How can they work out that? Don't know. This one should be terraformable though. So how they missed it, I'll never know. Strange. But the ones that attacked were well known that they would attack. But they said, no, we won't, let us in and we won't. How's this person worked this out? They've gone around this, and I'm supposing because this one's tagged. If this one's somehow... I don't know how somebody's worked that out. There must be another way of working it out. They've literally left some really good looking planets alone and they're not terraformable. Interesting all the same. You look. PvPers who don't grieve? Can't be true. Right, okay, let's have a look at these ones. Wow. I'm gonna have to scan these because I think... Oh, that's only terrestrial water world. Oof. If that's an Earth type, I'll go. If it's not, I won't. Okay. I won't. Oi.
You want to go on? Go on. Jump in. Jump in. Good boy. There you are.
My cat wants to build a sofa fort. Bit of a weirdo. I never know if he's got nefarious ideas against the other cat.
There we go. You're right. Fuck's sake. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2.
Hey, if you've just joined in the stream, drop by to say hello. If you like what you're watching, please drop a like. Helps push a few more people towards the video. And if you really like it, hit that subscribe button. Or should I use something cheesy like hit that frame shift subscribe button? No. No. I won't. That could be something interesting. Not there, but there. We're filled up, yeah. It's an F, isn't it? Okay. Drinking lemon water tonight. It's no substitute. Don't care what anybody says. Must have actually been a nightmare for Harry Potter after that, because Commander Harry Potter, should I say? Because everybody, I think every PvP player in the game wanted to kill him. Wouldn't have been able to go anywhere, would he? Let's have a look, Jess. Give us a sec. It looks alright from my end. Let's just check. Yeah, you might want to do a refresh, people. Definitely looks like it's YouTube's end. They're saying they're not receiving, but my output is 7 megasecond. Whoops. Hello, Nebulous Tuxedo. I am delivering. Let me just try and remember the names. Carbon, no. Germanium, no. Can't remember what it is I'm delivering now. Iron, no. I'll know when I see it. Niobium, no. The hell am I delivering? Sulfur, no. Vanadium, no. Hang on. Where's the ones that I'm delivering? Don't make me go crazy. I'm delivering ruthenium, but I don't have much of it. Let me just go back through. Try and remember molybdenum, which again I don't have much. And then the one I am full of, but I can't remember which one it is. Don't you be a dick. The one I'm full of, it's germanium. It's germanium. So I'm having to deliver germanium as well. I could use it for other. I don't know if you can take it and use it for other stuff now. I think you have to get kind of hand it over. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I'm pretty sure you have to hand it over. Okay, that was terraformable, so I do want to check maybe the one a bit further in. 9261. That was actually over the limit as well. It's ammonia one, strangely enough. Let's try this one back in. No, I had to go down onto planet surfaces and get it. And now I'm going to take it out towards Colonia to deliver it. I have to get there before Thursday. Should have actually... I didn't think of going to a material trader and trading something down. I wonder if they have a mats trader in Colonia. Might have to look that up before I hand it in. You should join the Discord sometime, Nebulous Tuxedo. I do some hauling every now and again. So no, I mined all the germanium. Alright, Jess, catch you later. Thanks for dropping by the way. Come on. Not terraform. Hang on, Jess, you can't be saying 8.7. You invented 9.7. Albeit accidentally. But you can't be saying 8.7 now. Why don't you go get a real job, Victor? Is that the one? Sun system, yeah. Oh, it didn't align it, that's why. $14, that's a good amount. So Very good amount, as long as it's not spread over two, which it is, so it's not a good amount. Never mind. I enjoyed it while it lasted. Right, 24. That nearly ate my whole supply there. It's way too far out, I think. Actually, it's not. 4,900 is the furthest point out for an A. I don't know if it's water. No, it's not. Don't look like the water world I scanned when I left Earth. Right. Oh, shut up, Victor. He's gonna start preemptively complaining now. A sun system? Don't mind hitting a few sun systems, it does speed up your run a little bit. Okay, so if you're just dropping in the stream for the first time, do drop by the chat and say hello. It's always nice to meet new people, as Nebulous Tuxedo did, but I think Nebulous Tuxedo's been in before a couple of times, I'm sure. I don't think I'm going mad. One. Gas. Giant. It's not gonna work, is it? They now well, actually you can do passenger missions. The game doesn't know the difference. I'm sure passenger missions count as haulage, Cleaner. What are you talking about, Ellard's guy? Are you talking about the naked guy dancing next to the river, or? last night was a bit strange because it was my first night on the Source since taking my kind of break, so it was a bit. I was a bit drunker than I think I would have been in the past. I didn't expect it with such a small amount of 1865. Okay, now we're just gonna jump on here. This isn't worth it. This is.
Warning, temperature critical.
Oh, you play Grand Theft Auto, don't you, Brian? Or do you just play the online element?
Frameshift drive charging.
You're an idiot, Cat. Put the Nerf gun before you start getting into a dickhead mode.
Yeah, it's the bit where you steal the truck and drive it next to the river, chasing after Laszlo, Brian.
Fuel scooping complete.
I think that's the bit we're talking about. Yeah, I've tried a few times. I really want to get into online, but I just can't. I've had a look at actually the modding scene of the single player, and they've managed to pull some of the online stuff over into the single player, but I don't know how well it works. But I was doing the LSPDFR last night, and that's pretty good. It doesn't work perfectly, but it's good.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that as well, and ASMR. I'm just doing F stars, well, F and A stars at the moment. I should probably just take the A's out, to be honest.
Shift drive charging.
Yeah, well, I was talking about this earlier, Brian. I think they scrapped. I think they had big ideas originally for the single player, but it all got scrapped when the shark cards and everything took off. Are you talking about me, ASMR? I am actually scanning planets. It's just I know what I'm looking for, so I'm slowing down a little bit. Sorry, I'm going a bit faster, so I'm not going to scan everything as I go. You know, like that one's semi-interesting, but it's a rock world and it's probably not going to be terraformable, so yeah, I get what you mean, but you know, it's just what it is.
Shift drive charging.
Thanks very much for the thumbs up, though. would actually like to find a nice planet to settle down and have a drive around in my crap, I can't remember the word now. In my rover. The thing is, even the online element of it isn't that well fleshed out. It's fuller, definitely got more in it, but let's have a look. So we're looking at
Fuel scooping complete.
oof. Maybe how that one might be a good one. Go have a look at that one. Scarab, that's the word, scarab. Oops. Oh, they have? Do you know why? Have they said anything? It's a bit strange. Need to slow down here. Stop being an idiot. I was doing the circle of the thing, but because I hadn't pulled back on the well, look in the news. They're up on... It says they're up now, Brian. See ya. But it says they're up on PC, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS3 is limited, and Rockstar Social Club is limited. Right, let's see. Is that terraformable? Yes, it is. So this one should be terraformable too. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Was that yesterday? 21st. Oh no, that was 21st. I've actually got a couple of... I've got a couple of businesses in the online element, but I just never go on to run them. Ah, okay. I fell out with them because my account got stolen, and there is no way it was stolen from anything I'd done. And the person who stole it basically flitted my money away, quite a lot of it. Changed my character around. I don't know if they actually deleted like the original character or something, which I'd spent a lot of money on or whatever. I spent not a lot of money but a lot of time on. And all Rockstar said was, yes, we know your account's been messed with, just tell us what you've lost and we'll replace it. But I honestly couldn't tell them what I'd lost. I mean, it was countless hours of playing. I don't know what I had and what I didn't have. What's the first online mission? I'll do it with you one day if you want. Yes. Yeah. By the Russian. Can't remember what the first mission was now. Oh, not even terraformable. Off we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
But they should be able to check that, Brian, so I didn't want to particularly lie just in case they could, but I should have. I definitely lost a lot of money, but I honestly don't know how much money I lost. That's the honest truth, but I did lose a lot of money. There used to be a tool actually which allowed you to play in your own server, but unfortunately it doesn't exist anymore. That was really good for getting certain things done. Yeah, they need to work on the servers really a little bit. It can be hectic in there. It has settled down a lot over recent times, to be honest. It's not like it used to be. But I remember like things like they still haven't removed kind of guns in shops. And one day I was trying clothes on in a shop in game, and somebody just ran up and blasted me in the head till I was dead. The problem is that I was in a menu. I was in a clothing menu, and I didn't even know they'd come into the shop. And that just felt a bit stupid. You know, you've got to have something that protects somebody who's in menu. I mean, not if they're like in the pause menu in the middle of the street. That's a different kettle of fish, but no, but this was an online solo session, Brian. It was like, so it was all the multiplayer stuff enabled, but you were in a solo you were in a lobby, in a server on your own. It's a big difference. I think they caught it and banned it or something. It didn't give you an advantage, but it allowed you to do certain things without the hassle of other people, which I guess is an advantage. People do a similar thing with the Division. They stick a rubber band on their joysticks, go into the dart zone and just leave the character doing circles in a corner, and then after about 6 hours the server clears out and you can go about your merry way. But it's a bit excessive. I'd heard about the passive mode, but you can't do things. You can't do everything in passive mode, can you? Alright. At least I think you have to leave passive mode to do certain missions or something. I think I tried to do some money running or something. I should invite you to my my club. Actually, you can use. I think you'll probably be able to use my business to make some money. That was a water world before. Now it's a high metal content.
Shift drive charging.
Oh, is that it? Okay. No, no, I won't. I've got a money, not a money laundering, a money press business, and you can make money out of it as long as you're in my group. You'll get paid for it. But I'm never online to restock it and stuff, so I don't make as much money as I probably could doing it. Honestly, I can't wait for Red Dead Redemption. I'm literally itching to get a hold of that game. There's way too much content about it though at the moment on, well, not even speculative content, I should say, on YouTube, that you can't even watch videos to get your fill. No, unfortunately not. It's mine. It's up near Sandy Shores. I've got a motorcycle club as well, actually. Which is where you run it you run it all from.
Shift drive charging.
I just check that one, yeah. What's the first mission you have to do, Brian? I can't remember that far back. It's right dud systems here. I must admit, some of the races and just some of the activities they've done are pretty cool, but they're so stupid in connection with the single player mode. I think they need to make a different game for the online element, personally. Yes, I remember that one. Yeah, you need a driver and a gunner. Yep. Yeah, some of those are a nightmare, you know. Get people who cannot drive at all. I didn't fail that much, did I? Let's go.
Fuel scooping.
I mean, the policeman part that I was playing isn't actually a part of the official game, but it's cool. I really like it. But the single player I quite like. Did I fail? Yeah, I know that people can be a bit like that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, it depends if you want to help people and stuff, doesn't it, Brian? Some people do, some people don't. Grand Theft Auto is always going to grab those people who don't.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oops. Okay, let's have a look, see what we're looking at.
Temperature critical.
Sun system, nice. Oh yeah. Ah, right, I get what you mean, Ellisgar, okay. Yeah, I get what you mean. I thought you were on about my video. Bloody hell. 200. I get what you mean now, I wasn't reading it right.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, that game is a nightmare sometimes. It's got some it's genuinely not a bad game for messing about in and just relaxing. I like it a lot. And the heist missions are pretty damn good in it. They're well layered, they play out well. It's just a shame it was so short. Alright Brian, catch you later.
Fuel scooping.
Have a look, Brian, have a look for Swifty78 on the servers. It might not be Swifty, but I'll double check it, but try Swifty78. See if you can't find me.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, there's some good fail videos actually on that, especially the stunt flying ones. There's some awesome ones as well. This guy, you want to see the people who fly jet fighters in the game? There's a group who fly jet fighters under and through everything,
Fuel scooping.
and they are pretty damn good. He probably doesn't, Brian. You might be right there. You might be right. What we've got here. Oh, cripes, these systems are horrible.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ah, I had a question at Ellersgar. Have you ever been to a place called Camden in New Jersey, just across the river from Pennsylvania?
Fuel scooping complete.
No, not yet.
Warning. Temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging.
Bum, 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 bum. I have to go grab some more water. We're running out a bit here. My coffee wouldn't go get miss actually.
Fuel scooping.
15 things, my bottom. Right people, I'm just gonna have a quick break and grab some coffee. I'll be just 2 minutes. Bum, bum.
Frameshift drive charging.
You won't like it, you can't eat it.
Fuel scooping.
29. Sounds interesting, never is. Let's have a look. Nope. Nope.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, I'll try and escape that one. See how far off we are now. Not quite halfway there yet. Not quite. I love it. Yeah, we're doing alright. We'll be re.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll be re. I might drop a couple of G planets in there as well. G on my list. Actually, it wasn't. Oh, that's that one. It's a little bit of a way. It's not a ton distance, but yes, I think in the galaxy map I'm gonna add in G stars. Whoops a daisy. That's the map. Don't know if it's no. I'm not. Do you know what? I'm not gonna fly to other suns at the moment because I've got to get to. I've got to get to Colonia, and anything I'm doing extra is just gonna eat into that time. I could be jumping and kind of getting there. I don't mind scanning stuff that's really close by if it's in the vicinity. Then it's worth scanning. But if it's one of those distant ones, it might just be a bit too far out for this. Because I think I streamed for 3 hours last night, and I can't remember how many jumps I did, but it wasn't a lot. It was about 60, I think. So like I say, if there's anything close by in the vicinity, like that one that looks suspiciously interesting, then I will scan those ones. The only thing is I now have to take G stars into consideration, which that's an A, so you're on 3. Ooh, this one could be terraformable. Must go faster. Did you know that he actually says it in 2 different movies? The word must go faster. But I can't remember the other movies he says it in. I don't know if it's the other Jurassic Park movie or not. I can't remember. Very interesting actor. It's the old Jeff Goldblum. let's see what we've got. Independence Day, that's it, yeah. Yeah. And that was ad-libbed, apparently. Yes, it was Independence Day, remember it now. Oof.
Crankshaft drive charging.
I swear San Marcos flagged my account. He doesn't say it when his Seth Brundle fly though, does he? Hey Asymmetric One, how are you doing? Oh god, the sequel was horrible, but you couldn't really expect anything more, could you? In reality? Could you? I wasn't expecting a lot. I'm proper pessimist when it comes to movies. I am currently on my way out to Colonia to deliver some mats for the community goal, and it's kind of one of those things where you're like, did I really make the decision to do this? And then your brain's like, yes, you did. And then you wake up to reality. But I'm gonna do it. It's about... I think I'm a third of the way there. Am I a third of the way there? 1, 2... Yeah, I'm about... No, I'm more than a third of the way there. Hang on. Let me just do basic. Yeah, I'm over a third of the way there. So you can see there's the bubble, and I'm heading out now. So yeah, I'm about a third of the way there. If I'm just doing measurements of my fingers here, but it does all right. It's about a third of the way there.
Crankshaft drive charging.
Yeah, same as, I mean, I didn't even like the new Jurassic Park either, to be honest with you, Kathina. Well, it's just a community goal, asymmetric. I think, I didn't really think about it. I just wanted to do, I've not done a community goal in a long time. They've done a load of delivery ones recently, and I thought, oh, I'll do that. Then I was originally doing the other community goal in the bubble, but when I realised that it was kind of, how can I put it, it was broken. I didn't really want to take part in it. And, you know, going out this way, I might get my name on a couple of planets. I could have my name on all of these if I wanted. I'm not going to on these ones though. I mean, it has its own little community out there for the. As far as I'm aware, the kind of the weekend that's coming up, the special weekend is gonna. Even though I won't be playing Elite that much. Okay, Bob's coming in, people. When he comes in, we've been expecting him. Don't forget. I'm guessing the mats and everything will pass over in Colonia as well, so
Frameshift drive charging.
Are you talking about this, the TV series, The Expanse? I have heard of it. I've not watched it yet. Well, you would say that because you're all space freaks. I'm not a huge fan of space TV shows. I like kind of more. What do I like? Trying to think. I like stuff like The Sopranos and I did read about it, and people were saying about it. It can't be as good as Battlestar Galactica. Can't possibly be. But no, it's not. Oops. Didn't it get cancelled after? There's a remake of it? No, there can't be a remake. Can there? No, I'm talking about the new one, Zoomski. No, it didn't. I liked it when I was a kid, and then the remake, I liked the remake because I like a lot of the actors in it, and I actually thought that the way it was filmed, like almost like a documentary in some ways, I really liked that part of it. I did watch the new Star Trek one, which I actually didn't mind, but then the Klingons were really pissing me off the way that they speak, so I kind of gave up on it after about the second episode. I don't know about Caprica and stuff like that. I just like the Battlestar Galactica thing. Like I say, it's because of my youth. And as I say, I'm not really a big sci-fi fan. I like thrillers and stuff a bit more closer to to reality. So everybody's raving about Westworld, but that wasn't my cup of tea either. And I actually loved the original Westworld when I was a kid. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not... Hang on, what the hell am I doing? I didn't realise it was that far away. Just said I wouldn't be doing this.
Shift drive charging.
That's not how I mean it, Kathleen. It's the way they speak. I tried the new Lost in Space, but I couldn't really get into it, to be honest. Not to say it didn't look good. I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I don't mind, like, Black Mirror and Stranger Things. Stuff like that. I like that type of stuff. It wasn't that bad. The original was pretty bad when you go back and watch it. My good lord. It's good for insomnia. But at the time it was amazing. The only thing I didn't like about the new ones is I honestly thought you didn't need to change that much about the Cylons. Like the robot ones, the way that they look. I think they just changed them a bit too much, and I thought the Cylon attack ships were pretty damn ugly. No, it wasn't Zumsky. They're all dressed in crushed velvet. They'd all come to Prince's birthday party. No, I mean, as a youth it was fun. As a kid it was fantastic, and you know, I get the thing of getting older and still going back and watching stuff. I can't watch stuff that doesn't age well. I don't know why. I think I'm a bit of a snob. I think unfortunately that's just one of the shows which hasn't aged well. I tried to watch, tell you another one recently, because I'm looking forward to the new movies or miniseries, however they'll do it, is V. But even that has started to really age badly, like really, really badly, to the point where some of it's unwatchable. Hey Bob, we've been expecting you. Right, that's a high metal content, isn't it? It was very slow, Zoomski. I'm not denying it, and with age, it's even slower. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Do I have to crash my ship now? Colony, no, I don't know about that one either. I really like space movies, actually. Don't ask me why I don't like the shows, but I like the movies. Hang on for a second. Babylon 5 was a Star Trek ripoff, wasn't it? Triggered. I can swear there's screens across the world covered in coffee or whatever. When was it made? When was it made, Babylon 5? Can't see it. 1994 to 9. I was having sex in those days. What you on about? That's why. Right, yo. Let's, oh, I scanned it. Bloody hell. Battlestar Galactica was a rip-off of Star Wars. Well, to a certain extent, but yeah, it was. It was definitely made to cash in on Star Wars, which didn't take away at the time. It was very, very good afternoon viewing. Don't get me wrong. I'm just winding these up, to be honest. But it's like when people say, what's your favourite space movie? And loads of people say Alien and stuff like that. Whereas for me, I like Alien and Aliens, but I think Moon was really good. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend it.
Warning, temperature critical.
God. I tend to like kind of more realistic, grimy stuff. I like Sunshine as well, actually. I thought Sunshine was pretty good. But not because it was a space movie, because it was an Alex Garland movie. Actually, Pitch Black was quite good because I wasn't a huge fan of the movie itself, but the fact that it killed off all of the main characters was pretty good. Especially, I think they killed a kid first, didn't they? Or second, I can't remember. That was good. Oh god, the other ones just got progressively bad. Mind you, I haven't said that about... I was talking about Alex Garland. Ex Machina was amazing. But his new film, Annihilation, I thought was pretty crap. Which is a shame, because I was expecting a lot more of it. It's a strange movie. I'd recommend watching it. I just didn't think it was as good as it could be.
Frameshift drive charging.
No, I'm not in stream. I'm gonna crash. Whew. That one was a bit close.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Come on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, but everybody steals off everybody, Zoomski. That's the thing. I was telling you the other day that V is taken from an episode. Was taken from an episode of the Twilight Zone. And in this episode of the Twilight Zone, these aliens come down to Earth, and they basically try to help the human race. And they live by the book, which is How to Serve Man. Or How to Serve Humans. I can't remember now. And anyway, somebody uncovers the fact that the book doesn't actually mean how to help humans or how to serve them as in the police do. It's about how to serve them up on a plate. And then they kind of mix it in with some Holocaust story, and there you basically have V on a plate. Oh, that Europa report. I haven't actually seen it, Elsgar, but it's got Shalter Copley in it, and I quite like him. I've seen a couple of movies with him, and he's pretty good. And Colonia I've not seen.
Frameshift drive charging.
The Twilight, there's loads of movies which stole stuff from the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone was actually pretty good. It's old, so it's a lot of it hasn't aged well, but it's very watchable. I guess I can handle black and white quite well because I force myself to watch. Well, not force myself, but I watch 12 Angry Men every now and again, To Kill a Mockingbird. Hitchcock movies. I'll have a look at it, Mike. I just had a quick scan on IMDb there. Seems interesting. Is that TV series The Last Ship still going on? I think I've watched the first 4 episodes, and I just thought, am I really going to stand here and watch people on a ship sit here, sorry, and watch people on a ship for the next 5 years?
Ready to engage.
I used to like The Walking Dead, but they spanked the hell out of that. There's no coming back, I don't think. Oh, hang on, the chat's moving so fast I can't keep up with it here. Hang on a second. Hey Julie, not seen you in a long time. How's things going? It's nice to see you again. Deckard, the second time you've mentioned, you've actually commented. I can't remember what that was. Oh, I don't know that one. Welcome in, Joe Soap. We're kind of talking movies and TV shows, Joe, but because I don't like sci-fi TV shows, I think Zoomski's got the hump.
Frameshift drive charging.
I didn't like it, kind of. It's just, it was getting too similar, Kathina. I haven't got time for something that doesn't something that doesn't go out to entertain me. Oh, nice.
Fuel scooping.
Oh.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
It's clear you need education. I can put a final nail in the coffin if you want. I absolutely hate Doctor Who. Oh god. But I respect your right to love it. I've got no problem with that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really picky with TV show and movies. I have to be really entertained. Chronicle was actually quite talking about stuff that's stolen. I think Chronicle was stolen from kind of, well, not stolen, but kind of copied from what's that PS3 game? It's a PS3 game about where you get superpowers and go on a rampage around a city. Oh no, Mike, Starship Troopers wasn't cheese. Okay, it was directed in a kind of cheesy way. I won't deny that. But Robert Heinlein is a great writer. Robert Heinlein's like one of my favourite writers. Bob, it's Thursday.
Frameshift drive charging.
The one thing about Robert Heinlein is his books always got kind of made into crappy movies. Well, not crappy movies, but I thought Starship Troopers was really good.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, I think all books are better than the movie. You always have to read the books after you've watched the movie, otherwise the movie's going to be crap. That's my rule. It's funny you should say that, Katina. They actually did the same in V. When they did the second series, the aliens used to have this really strange sounding voice, but in the second series, they didn't have the budget to do the voice changes, so all their voices became normal. They just hoped that people wouldn't notice. I watched Dune a while ago, actually. I hadn't watched it since I was a kid. And, yeah, it's still pretty good. I even downloaded 2001 Space Odyssey to watch again the other day. So I've not seen that in years. The thing is with Starship Troopers, is that it was, what's his face? Oh, what's his name? Paul Verhoeven, I think, who was the director. And that guy has a really specific directing style. And so he was always going to change that movie around. I mean, you think about Total Recall is Philip K. Dick, I think. Total Recall? Or was that Heinlein as well? No, it was Philip K. Dick, I think. Yes, it was. And it got changed around a lot as well, but Philip K. Dick as well, I love. Really, really like Philip K. Dick. Although I couldn't get into the TV show of The Man in the High Castle. I don't know why. Maybe I need to go back and give it a chance sometime. I just couldn't get into it. And the Minority Report TV series was pretty bad. I like the Adjustment Bureau, but that's not really sci-fi as such. Is it? I do like Rufus Sewell as an actor. I just watched the first episode and I really couldn't get into it, but I was like, I've got to go back and give it a chance. I've got to go back and give it a chance. Oh, I still like the music version of War of the Worlds. Bum 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 bum. They're actually making sorry, they made a TV series of one of Philip K. Dick's things, Electric Dreams, didn't they? But I don't think I've watched that one yet.
Drive charging.
Oh really? They used to play it at us. I will say at us, not to us. They used to play it at us at school because I think our teacher had a bit of a crush on the album. And Wayne Sleep, Kathina. What was that film that came out last year that was similar to Alien, but it had Jake Gyllenhaal in it? Can't think of the bloody name of it. He's a strange actor, that bloke. He's in some great films, like Nightcrawler was an amazing film. I don't know how true it is, but they might be making a movie version of The Division. I'm trying to think what movie it was he was in. Life. Did anybody see that last year? Life. What a bag of shite that was. Well, the ending was good actually. The ending was pretty good. It's funny you should say that, Joe. I was talking to somebody about it not so long ago about how actually important albums were in the 80s, if that's when you listened to it, because I used to listen to George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Jasper Carrot. I used to listen to all the comedians on record, and pretty much in the same way you did, in the dark, just with a pair of headphones on. Yeah, that's the one I'm on about, Zoomski. Yeah, it was horrible. It was terrible. The ending was really good, but the actual movie itself was terrible. It was really creepy, Kathina, but it was a really, really good movie. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was amazing in that. Complete and utter sociopath. When I say live, Zoomski, I'm not on about the one with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. I'm talking about the space one. No, I don't think so, Zoomski. I'd have to double check it, but I'll be able to tell you straight off the bat. Are you sure it's a Nightcrawler TV series and you're not thinking of Night Stalker?
Shift drive charging.
Oh yeah, let's go. I still think, I mean, the audio quality is not as good as people say, but just the... I can't think of the word now, but just to listen to something in that way, it's nice. Cripes on a stick. Oh, bloody gas giants.
Shift drive charging.
Yeah, I think when you think of really good acting, I think of like Nightcrawler. What was that other one? That M. Night Shyamalan film. Split. Thingamajigger was... I've forgotten his name now. James McAvoy was really, really good in that as well.
Fuel scooping.
Scarily good. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a different kind of sound. There is a word for it. There is a word for it, Ellen's guy. I just can't think of it. I mean, I used to sit at my grandparents' house when I was younger, listening to like all my granddad's Beatles LPs. You know, and I definitely think that hearing them on CD, kind of, or in as I do now in digital format,
Scooping complete.
it's not as... Oh, we've got... And it's untagged, so this is going to be mine. Nice one. Let's check the planet out, actually. Let's see what it is. 100G.
Temperature critical.
Up to 800. 800. Yeah, we're just going to go after that one, because everything else is kind of not... So, and I'll always say that even now, like, I listen to the Beatles and it just doesn't sound as good as it did when I was at my granddad's house, but that's also not to say that the experience of being at my granddad's house and everything is kind of added to it. You think? I also remember my granddad's headphones used to be really cool as well. They completely cancelled any noise out before these posh way before these posh noise cancelling headphones came along. Welcome in Naomikuru 1, if that's how I pronounce it. Okay, first ammonia world of this trip. Which is nice.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
Wow, Joe, that wasn't too dissimilar from my youth actually. When I was 16, I got my own flat. I had no money. I got an inheritance of 200 quid and I spent it on a stereo system and a load of CDs. Pretty much that was like when Oasis were around and stuff. Basically sat there listening to you do that, Bob. But yeah, I used to listen to like, I mean, I don't know why, but as a kid I used to listen to like George Carlin, which was way ahead of my age. Way ahead of my age. But I even used to do this thing that where I would tape comedy shows off TV, like Frasier. What else did I do? Like Frasier and some other things anyway. And then I would listen to the tapes in my Walkman while I was walking around and doing various bits and bobs. And if you've never heard of George Carlin as a comedian, I recommend you look him up on YouTube. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube. You probably would. Those things stand up. That's only high metal content, but it's terraformable. Right, okay. Next one. Making a lot of ground here. I've done what? 40, 50, 60, 70. I think I've done 70 systems. It's really not bad going for a stream. Oh. Billy Connolly yet. Very different type of comedian though, Billy Connolly. His whole storytelling and everything. But I actually grew to appreciate Billy Connolly a bit more when he started doing like travel shows. His American travel shows in particular were really good. Travel mixed in with comedy, you can't really beat it, can you? Well, we might have a decent... The hell is that? I don't know what... I've never seen that before. You can't, Joe. There's a lot of comedians. There's a lot of comedians who I hated for a long time because of when I was a kid. I disliked them, but I mean, comedy for me is probably the most important thing. Some people it's music. Some people it's Doctor Who. To me, it's comedy. I absolutely love it, and I watch almost anybody and everybody. I mean, to explain it, like I like anything from Eddie Murphy to Paul Mooney to Ken Dodd to Tommy Cooper. Most comedy I like, apart from like the Blue stuff, even though Blue isn't its real meaning. Blue comedy, the name Blue comedy is actually when you would... This is an Earth type. I think it's an Earth type. Or it's an ammonia world. It's a weird looking... Maybe it's a weird looking ammonia world. I have to go scan this because I might even have a really close up flyby. I don't find many people unfunny. There's the odd person I do. Yeah, I wasn't explaining it actually. Blue comedy, it actually comes from when somebody would tell a joke and it bombed. You'd blew it. And somewhere along the line it just got changed for bad, not bad humour, but dirty humour, shall we say. Did you ever see a TV show called Titus, Aladsgar? Have you ever seen a comedian called Christopher Titus? I think you might like him. You might like his life story. Yeah, because his dad went through a load of divorces, didn't he? There's one where it shows the 3 divorces of his dad when he starts off by saying, "You're not keeping my you're not keeping my record player," and then it cuts to another time in his life and he's like, "You're not taking my cassette tape," and then it cuts to another time, it's like, "You're not taking my CD player." Alright, Zoomski. Let's see what this planet is. Enjoy the rest of your evening. 9-7. He's just miffed off because I said I didn't like Doctor Who. It must be an ammonia world, yeah. Has anybody ever seen an ammonia world like this? It seems like really clouded over. Might go for a bit of a closer look. Oh yeah, that's an ammonia world, alright. Just didn't look like that in the galaxy map. Right, okay, do.
Frameshift drive charging.
See if I can see where I am in the galaxy. Am I halfway there yet? Oh, not quite.
4, 3, 2.
Not sure, Joe. It might be. Might be right on the weekend.
Fuel scooping.
Oh. Got a sun system here.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Do they ever start anything on the weekend though, Kathina? Nobody's ever at work, but
Fuel scooping.
oh, so 24th will be tomorrow then, isn't it? Yeah. Well, yes, Thursday.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Did I check this system? No, I bloody didn't. Right, we've got water world. That's an ice world. I'll just check it, but it is. Water world. What is this? It's an F. Okay, yeah, that's alright. Yeah, that's definitely out of the mix, but that's alright. Yes and yes, no. Okay. Yes, that's absolutely. So it's Thursday, not waking up tomorrow. As in. Never do win the lottery. Oh, that's not terraformable, so we're gonna get out of here.
Drive charging.
56. That is a false friend.
Fuel scooping complete.
What on here? G. Actually though, this could be a good system. G planets are not too bad when it comes to the old high metal content. Tell you what, going back to movies, I didn't finish this thought earlier. One of the most underrated movies I think I've honestly ever watched was another M. Night Shyamalan film, which was Signs. I often say to people that's one of the most underrated movies ever. I don't think I was expecting anything of it. Yeah, it is. It seems a bit extreme to me as well, Joe. Hey, look, yes. I mean, if all of these planets are terraformable here, what 4, 16, 1.6 million for this system. I do have to get there on time. I will get there on time. I'm not worried about that part. if push comes to shove, I can load a few more stars in and get the jump distance down by probably about 40 or something. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't actually like Mel Gibson myself, apart from what there was a good film I did like him in, the racist bastard he is. Let's see, which movie was it? Conspiracy Theory. Did you think Alaska? Well, I don't know what ending was anybody expecting. That's the thing. I actually thought the ending was alright. I mean, it was a bit of a goofy ending. Kind of everything happens for a reason, but... okay, now these hopefully... These should be good. Yeah, okay, so... This one should be good. That one won't be. So this one... These are actually not bad. This actually wasn't a bad system. Considering I nearly jumped on, my Explorer meter went off. Is that the thin red line? Thin red line? Or the red line or something like that. I think it might have been Joe. Not as bad as when the Sixth Sense, when I shouted out the ending by accident in the cinema when it clicked. And you just heard an entire cinema screen go, oh. That was pretty funny. I felt so bad. I'm surprised nobody tried to kill me, but I didn't. I didn't actually shout it out to spoil it. I just worked out what it was. We were soldiers, okay. I thought it was quite funny when Ricky Gervais wound him up at the Golden Globes. I can't say I knew that quickly, Aledsgar, but I worked it out. When did I work it out? I worked it out when he was in the hospital. Gallipoli. Don't know that one, Kathina. Let's have a quick see. Gallipoli. That'll have been back in his Aussie days, wouldn't it? Before he pretended to be American. Yeah, there was Conspiracy Theory I really liked. All his other movies have kind of been give or take, apart from Signs. I just think he played a nutcase really well in Conspiracy Theory. Yeah, I think that's the point I actually clicked. I think that's it. It's not as bad as The Idiot Who went. I didn't choose to see it, but a girlfriend at the time, we went to see Titanic, and some Doyle stood outside going, "It sinks in the end." So will your comedy career if you try and take off.
Shift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
I know, but it's such an old joke, Athena, that's the thing, like...
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
Oh. It's a sun system, don't need to stop in this one.
Fuel scooping complete.
Still getting pulled in by that big one there. Won't let us go.
Frame shift drive charging.
Correct on the stick. I don't remember the first one scaring me, Let's Go, but the second one did. I think it was the second one with the preacher bloke. I've always been a bit iffy around religion, and that guy just kind of scared me. All right, Bob. Catch you later. We'll be waiting. I didn't, Kathina, but that's because I was saying to you earlier, I just don't trust remakes of any type. I'd honestly, I wouldn't even consider putting money down. I wouldn't even give it my half of them my time. I sound like a fuddy-duddy when I say it, but there's just some films you just can't remake. Like when Gus Van Sant tried to remake Psycho. And, oh, it was horrible. They're remaking The Birds, actually. I heard about that recently, which, again... Oh god, Oscar. Come on. We all knew. As soon as Disney got it, we all knew what had happened. Come on. You have to be a bit serious about it. You weren't expecting anything, were you? What a conveyor belt.
Frameshift drive charging.
The interesting thing is, Joe, I've tried to watch it 3 times and I've fallen asleep twice, and I don't know why. It's not that I dislike it in any way. I actually like it. It's strange. I don't know why I keep falling asleep. But you'll be happy to know there is an Avatar game being made at the moment by the same people who made The Division. And that could be seriously interesting. I mean, the thing is that all of the sci-fi film directors gush over it. They absolutely love it. Pseudo-religious econ. No, but seriously, all George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Ridley Scott, they all gush over over Avatar and Pandora. I think one of the things that really got it for me was that the whole face tracking technology was in its infancy at the time, and it really kind of, for me, it really shows. But oh crap, what happened there? Alright. Well, like I was saying earlier, I still watch 12 Angry Men. I probably watch it about twice a year. And it never bores me. I do watch, what's the other movie I watch every year without fail is Planes, Trains and Automobiles. I absolutely love Planes, Trains and Automobiles, especially when Steve Martin comes back after not finding his car in the parking lot. That is one of the best scenes ever. I think he uses the F word, like, I think it's, I don't know, I can't remember how many times they said. I didn't hate the colour purple. See, I actually like Dances with Wolves as well. I want to know how many times he uses the F word in Planes, Trains and Automobiles. I've forgotten. Steve Martin hated the movie at first. And he actually, he tweeted me once, Steve Martin, after I said I'd been watching it. "18 times in the scene he says the F word. What's that movie? Ooh, we got a triple. Triple planets. Unfortunately, it's a water world, not a... Oh, shut up, Victor. Nobody asked you to come along. I should have left you in the garage. They kind of gushed over the special effects, Elazgar. I'm gonna say that in most of the old movies, and I'm not talking about like super old movies. I'm talking about like movies from the 80s. A lot of the special effects in them outdo the modern special effects, all the computer generated stuff, because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the movies now with a lot of computer generation, the action scenes to me look really strange. They look jumpy and kind of what's the word, like stroby. I really don't like it. I can't. There's a lot of films I just can't watch when the action scenes are just too mental. I couldn't sit down and watch a Michael Bay film these days. I could have in the 80s. Is it the 80s he did like all his good stuff in the 80s? In the 80s. So look, where is his big ones? Yeah, like see when it kind of started to turn, like around Transformers, his stuff started to kind of turn a little bit too much for me. I think that was another one I fell asleep to, Kathina. Can't seem to keep my eyes open with movies these days. No, normally I stay awake all the way through movies, but
Frameshift drive charging.
should have remade it with Sean Bean, shouldn't I?
Fuel snooping.
Couldn't get it to work though, could they? Deckard. It certainly looked better than anything, for example, if you look at something like Deep Blue Sea, which was all CGI. It definitely looked better. Never worked. Name was Bruce. That was the name of the shark. Well, having said that, yeah, Joe, watching anything in IMAX is pretty spectacular. I think I saw he touching the void in the IMAX. I think it might be.
Fuel snooping.
It was touching, yeah, touching the void, and I watched a spacewalk once on IMAX as well, which was pretty amazing.
Fuel snoop disengaged.
Oh God, it was strange, that film, Kathina, because yeah, it is based on, it's not based on a real place, but the idea of the town smoking and everything, yeah. There's actually two places. One of them's in Pennsylvania, I think, and the other one's in somewhere near Pittsburgh. I'm not. Hang on, Pittsburgh's probably in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is. My geography's alright, I think. His acting was terrible in it, though. He did actually try his American accent in that one, didn't he? But they stuck close to the game. Some of the camera shots were definitely taken from the game, which is pretty good. Hey, Felipe Rodriguez, how's it going? Yeah, I think. Well, the thing is that in the game, it never explains why the world flips, does it? I always thought it was like Dark City, where it kind of been taken off into space. But yeah, it definitely worked for the. It definitely worked for the movie version.
Warning. Temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging.
Just a short way off halfway. Oh, where were you, Deckard? Were you landing or something?
Fuel scooping.
I also had
Fuel scooping complete.
Rufus Sewell, who's a pretty good actor. I don't remember her in it. Why don't I remember her? A long time ago I watched that movie. Good movie though. Fucking weird. Didn't it have the bloke from Crystal Maze in it as well? And Keith Sutherland. I always forget Keith Sutherland was in it. Yeah, super strange movie, that one. Rufus Sewell was actually, he was in an American remake of The 11th Hour, which I actually thought was really good. But got cancelled after, I think it was less than a season, because it didn't take off. But didn't jump there.
Drive charging.
I'm not a big fan of him now because he's always been. He always seems to get kind of the same roles these days. But come on, he was good in The Lost Boys. Can't take that away from him. Trying to think. Man, I'm gonna have to. He was good in Stand By Me. He was the voice of Snake in Metal Gear Solid. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of his career because I'm sure there was Stand By Me, Lost Boys. I don't remember that one. Young Guns. I don't really remember that one. Flatliners, he was alright in Flatliners, wasn't great. Oh God, and then it was a bit, yeah, bit up and down. Oh, he played the voice in Phone Booth as well, I forgot that. I'm a right geek when it comes to movies. I didn't actually know he'd been in the Bird's Eye ads. It's not showing in his it's not showing in his it's not showing in his IMDb. Actually, that's another film they remade, Kathina, Flatliners. That got remade because he was in it for a short period. It got a solid 5. on IMDb, so I doubt I'll be watching that either.
Fuel stem disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, the universe is starting to light up now as I get close to the compact spot.
4, 3, 2.
I never watched 24 actually. It's one of those ones that passed me by, I'm afraid.
Frameshift drive charging.
I have to make sure I do a proper scoop on the next one.
Fuel scooping.
15. That's a good one. For the asteroid belt.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, shut up, you'll be alright. I like it when we have a disco. Disco on board.
Temperature critical. Fuel scooping.
I've had some really crappy systems recently.
Fuel scooping complete.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, I haven't done a plug tonight, have I, people? Coming to this channel next week. Check it out. That's right, from next week, one day a week, we should be going retro.
Frameshift drive charging.
So keep tuned next week. It'll be a one day a week thing. I'm not too sure yet, Joe. I'm still planning, but it'll be like it'll be 1 day a week, and it'll be a mixture of either Mega Drive, Super NES, Amiga, early DOS, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. Oh, do you know William Dafoe's been in some? That guy'll do anything for £1, Kathina. Seriously, he was in the Mr. Bean movie as well. Seriously, the guy'll do anything for £1. He's worse than Samuel Jackson. I think it'll be a case of playing things till they piss me off, Joe. Because, you know, going back to using a D-pad and everything, that's gonna be quite hard to deal with. This is getting worse. This is worse than my other trips out to the block. I don't know what's happening these days. Why do you say that, Alex Gar? So's Eddie Izzard. I should, Kathina, that might good. I might get some extra viewers that way. He's saying way too comfortable. So was Eddie Murphy, wasn't he? I've seen quite a few movies with. So was Robin Williams, but that guy was just an absolute nutcase. Absolute nutcase. In a good way, though. Don't think I've ever seen him in women's clothes. Hang on, this is a copycat system. Seen one like this before. Oh, that might have been jumping a bit too soon there. I don't follow his career closely enough. Tell you what, he's one strange looking bloke. Funnily enough though, when he played the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, I'd been saying for years that if they ever made another Spider-Man movie, he was the only person who could play the Green Goblin, because he literally looks like the Green Goblin even when he's not dressed up in women's clothes.
Fuel scooping complete.
Hang on, what have you been watching him in, Elska? I can't find anything where he might have been. Did he dress up in women's clothes in John Wick?
Frameshift drive charging.
Is that the one I just looked at? No, that's a different one. They're all gas giants. I know, that's the thing, that's why I said he'll do anything for £1. Especially recently. But if you look at his film list on IMDb, it's pretty big. You have to give it, he was good in Platoon. And To Live and Die in LA.
Fuel scooping.
Great film, that, To Live and Die in LA. To be fair, he did wear a frock in The Last Temptation of Christ, and he probably wore some type of cloth in Mississippi Burning as well. Is he in Born on the 4th of July? I don't remember him in that. Why don't I remember him in that? But yeah, kind of since the year 2000. I liked him in American Psycho, actually. I liked his character in that. Don't know why, but I did. Yeah, Platoon was he was good in that.
Drive charging.
Elias. Although his death scene was a bit OTT. Are you sure he wasn't dressed as an old Vietnamese woman?
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright Joe, catch you later. Have a good evening.
Charging.
Jeez Louise. This is ridiculous. I haven't come across a half decent place in about 40 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're down to 27 to the kind of just past. Oh no, I'm about the midway point now actually.
4, 3, 2. Fuel scooping.
This is getting ridiculous, no?
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two.
He did. He did, you're right, Ellen's car. How did you get on, Brian?
Fuel scooping.
Hang on. Is Brian saying he's going, or... That's not what I read. I think he's proclaiming himself back in the stream. He went away to do the old Grand Theft Auto, didn't he?
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two.
Oh, that's good to hear, Brian. Do you do it against somebody?
Fuel scooping.
Oh, God almighty, more gas drive. Hey, it's still early doors for like Ellersgar. Ellersgar, what? It's gonna be what? You're East Coast, aren't you, Ellersgar? So you will be 7 hours behind us. So 6 p.m. No, 7 p.m.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two.
Oh, it's against AI. Okay, I couldn't remember. I remember the mission because the guy who I was doing it with the right dial. Is it really nearly? Yeah, 6 hours. Sorry, I'm thinking I thought it was 148, not 248. I'm not paying attention properly. The night is still young. 248 here. So I just saw the milkman go past the window.
Shift drive charging.
Yes, I am. And all because Franco wanted to be Hitler's friend. See, the 1 hour ahead in Spain doesn't work. We're not in the right, we're not on the right line. So we should be in the same time zone as the UK, we should be in the same time zone as France. But because Franco wanted to be Hitler's best mate, he decided to change to Berlin time. And even though Franco's not in charge anymore, most of the people who run the government here are still kind of friends of Franco, if you will. And so they refuse to change it back. Okay, I have found my first... No, it's been found already. What up? I hate this game. I really hate this game. I'm gonna turn it off. I honestly thought I just found my first Earth type. It's already been scanned. How can it have been scanned here in the middle of bloody nowhere? Oh god, you've got cats as well? Me too. I want a dog, but... Well, I think I remember you mentioning them before, actually. Mine won't eat my eyeballs, but they won't let me sleep if I don't feed them. Light world. We've got water world. Wasn't the Blair Witch like Burkittsville? Is that where it was supposed to be set, like Burkittsville? I don't remember whether it was Maryland, but I seem to remember the name Burkittsville. What was the name of the town in the movie? Oh, very beautiful, Kathina. Empty tents and teeth left in the pack. Get your free teeth. Water world. Is it terraformable? It is terraformable. Type. He didn't scan this one. Why didn't he scan it? I'm going to be honest with you people. I think some of these systems are suspect in my opinion. Oh god, that sounds like the Chinese woman who died. She went looking for the is it Chinese or Japanese? She went looking for the money in Fargo. Oh, I've just kind of half given up, Brian. Oh Jesus, Lyme disease. I was really worried about ticks a couple of years ago while I was out walking in the mountains. It's terraformable, so why didn't he scan that one? So he does that one, that's why I think some of these are questionable. Why wouldn't he have scanned that one? It looks like a water world. That one's high metal content, I'm not gonna... Oi. Right, okay, hopefully. That one's not terraformable. Oh well, never mind. Okay, people. That's my 4 hours, I'm afraid. Oh, Optech. This isn't the first time Optech's dropped in and I'm saying I'm off now. Optech, it's nothing to do with you, I swear. But I've done my 4 hours now. We are... Let's have a quick look. We are almost halfway to Colonia. I'm going to do a little bit more tomorrow in the afternoon, so I'll probably get somewhere around here. And then in the evening I'll come back and do the stream. We should be able to make it to Colonia at least, or at least somewhere very, very close to Colonia. Yeah, and we'll drop that stuff off and see where we go from there. I hope everybody had a good night in the stream. Sorry I have to drop out again, Optech, but I'll definitely try and catch you another night, okay? It's just bad chance at the moment. So, just for this evening or for today, I'll wish you 9/7 all. Have a good time, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.